Greetings, Commanders! My name is Eagle, and welcome back to another Warpath video. In this video, we are going to give you the weekly best arena combo that we have tried and tested out, and it is a solid combo for this week's. This week actually surprised me because I thought that the weekly attributes are going to be buffs or debuffs to specific units so that you can use these units or not use specific units, but I never thought that some units will be disqualified completely from the roster so that you will have to only pick other units specifically. So this actually adds a more level of depth to the arena. I do like this change a lot because you will be able to test out more different combos with this and get to know a little bit more about other unit types. For this week's best combo in terms of defense and offense, we're going to show you some fights as well where we beat players who are more powerful than our current roster. We beat players about 6.5 million with this roster, so that's 1 million more power than we do, and I believe we could also beat higher level players if they have also misplaced their unit types or their positioning as well. Now, this specific roster over here is amazing. The reason why it works so well is because the only unit type that actually counters infantry, which are extremely OP right now at this current meta in the arena. And if you want to know more about that, by the way, I'll link a video down like up here somewhere. You can watch that after this video. It talks about the infantry formation and how you can utilize that so that you can win more battles in the arena. So this is exactly what I'm using right now. I'm using infantry over here, as you can see, in the front line, and these infantry units are going to be blocking a lot of damage. The only unit type that actually counters them right now in the rosters are the artilleries, the Katyoshas over here. As you can see, these ones over here, the rocket launchers, are very powerful and they do counter infantry by a lot. So you always have to place your rocket launchers so that they counter the enemy's infantry. Now, the way that we use this is that super heavies are always there, so you definitely need your anti-tanks back in the background so that they would protect you from the super heavy units. And if the enemy is using any heavy units or so, you would also need your tank hunters as well in the background. For your front line, you'll have your infantry soaking a lot of damage from any unit type other than rocket launchers, and then you have also the super heavy tanks that are extremely powerful. This specific combo have won me a lot of fights. Now, the only change that I would do if you were to change anything in this specific combo is actually change the infantry combo into like some heavy tanks. Choose one heavy tank and place it over there. That's the only change that I would do if you're not a big fan of infantry. But me personally, because also of the officer roster that we have 2 infantry officers that are over here. So hey, why not utilize them? Why not use them? Because they are extremely like good, especially if you have these at higher levels. They will give you a lot of buffs and make this specific march really good. Now, let's watch a couple of fights, a couple of battles where I completely dominate enemies who are like stronger than I do. I just played this battle about a couple of minutes ago, and take a look at this. This guy is about 800k more power than I do, and look at the complete domination. Now, let's zoom in a little bit just to see the fight over here. As you can see, I placed my infantry to the right so that more units would target it. Currently, there are 1 medium tanks targeting it, which is exactly right over here in the middle. There's their tank hunters, their other infantry units, and right now the anti-tank units, which is to the right, to the far right, are now targeting them. So 4 enemy units targeting the single infantry unit, and look at their HP. It's not going down at all. It is soaking so much damage. I already took down their upper side units, and right now I'm taking down their medium tanks. The infantry is still at 2/3 HP, which is amazing. My super heavy tanks are still very healthy as well, and this is a complete domination of a battle. Now take a look at their infantry and how much damage my artillery will be able to deal to their infantry, because my other units aren't dealing anything. The moment that the artillery hit, half the HP of the infantry went down, so this is basically how you counter them, and right now we will take them out with the second hit of the artillery. That is a lot of damage from the artillery unit, so that's basically the only way that you can actually counter those, and then there it is. A flawless win for the infantry. Now, another fight would be this one over here. I do like this one a lot. I did also completely dominate the enemy. Now, the enemy here was using a different kind of roster. So you have the heavy tanks up there. You have also another, like 3 tank hunters in the background, and you also have their super heavies. So the way that I did this is that I put my anti-tanks where their super heavies would be. So take a look at the damage I'm dealing right now to their super heavies. They're completely being demolished. The 3 tank hunters are currently targeting my infantry unit and my other tank hunter. See, the problem with tank hunters is that I don't really prefer to use them because, as you can see, they completely go into the enemy lines. So you can see the tank hunters are even more advanced than the super heavies and the infantry in terms of battlefield. So that's why I don't really like them, because they get targeted at first. I would prefer to use other units, but currently we don't have any other units to use in the background. You can also try using 3 units up to the front. I saw this combo of one guy using it, like for example, 1 heavy, 1 infantry, and 1 super heavy units up to the front, and then the back would be anti-tanks and rocket launchers. That's one way to do it. So if we take a look at the rosters over here, this roster is extremely similar to ours. This guy is using, however, light tanks, which I'm not really sure about. I don't really like light tanks. This is exactly the same combo as we're using, but they kind of exchanged the infantry with heavy tanks, which is also something you could do. I don't recommend it, but you could also do it. Beast, which is basically our clan leader, is using the same combo that I talked about, but he's using 3 front lines, which is a different alteration of it, and he's using exactly the same backline. So this is the combo that I actually saw, and he's doing really well with it. And you know, this is basically the combo of the week. So these videos are going to be quicker next time, so that you would get all the information you need, and we'll try our best to do them exactly at the day of reset, so that you would know exactly the first day which combo to go with this week. We'll try to make also some alterations in the future, so that you would have 3 different combos or 4 different combos that you can try out, and we'll give you also example battles on each one of them, beating opponents that are stronger than us, because that is our metric. We only challenge opponents who are stronger than our power to prove that these kind of combos actually work out really well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll definitely see you on the next video.